they are scared of me. He needs to take that FC UK fear patch off his trunks because that doesn't apply to him. It's been almost 2 years now Joshua has been ducking. There are a lot of things in my career in terms of calling out the best. I've been doing that from the beginning. I've always got the short end of the stick because when they look at me, they recognize a real person, a real fighter. I'm a real hitter. They recognize that. With that being said, in boxing nowadays, nobody wants to lose their O because now it has transformed into this business type of thing. The more you stay undefeated, the more you look good and people want to do things with you. When you have a loss, in the mindset now, people don't think there is a way of coming back. But if you look back in past days of fights, you've seen some of the best have fought. Ali, one of the greatest, he lost. It's all about falling and getting back up. A lot of these guys, man, they are just jokes. Anthony Joshua is one of those guys. Hear it from my mouth, he is a joke. Those are the words of WBC World Heavyweight Champion Deontay Wilder. Wilder's team are seemingly confirming the rumor that Hearn has offered them $12.5 million, a flat fee, to face Anthony Joshua. $12.5 million must be about what, £8 million, something like that. I think that's a similar amount to what they offered Joseph Parker. Not in terms of percentage, because this is a bigger fight than the Parker fight, but in terms of the actual money, the actual purse that Parker received in monetary terms, I think was around £8 million. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, they're offering Wilder the same amount of money that they offered Parker, but a smaller percentage, if that makes sense, because the pot in this Joshua Wilder fight is going to be bigger. Is that fair? Is that reasonable? I mean, I don't know. I don't really understand why they're doing it, but I guess from a business perspective, you can put an offer out there and see if the other side is willing to accept it, because you're trying to maximize your revenue, right? This is how businessmen think. So I can understand why they put an offer out there like that. But Wilder's co-manager Shelley Finkel is saying it's a take it or leave it offer from Joshua's team. I hope that's not the case, because if that's a take it or leave it offer, then how much does Joshua and Eddie Hearn really want to fight? I think Joshua wants to fight, but you know, there are other factors in play here. There are other parties within the Joshua team who may not want it right now, who may not want that risk right now. I don't know. But $12.5 million, as an outsider looking in, that seems a bit, you know, low to offer Deontay Wilder, to be honest with you. That's what it seems to me. With that being said, I think there are people out there who are massively overestimating how much money this fight is worth. I've seen certain fans talk about $100 million pot, and you know, Wilder getting 12.5 million means that Joshua's going to get like, you know, 88 million. The pot is not that big, people. There's no way that this is $100 million fight. In terms of the basic purse. I'm not talking about adding up all the pay-per-view revenue and all that kind of stuff. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the basic purse, right? It's not $100 million fight. Now, in the contract, the rumor is, I can't confirm this, that Joshua keeps all the pay-per-view money. You know, Joshua, Sky, Hearn, they keep all the pay-per-view money. They don't share it with Wilder. I'm not sure if that also applies to the United States, because I'm assuming it would be pay-per-view in the United States. Does Wilder get a share of any of that US pay-per-view money in this offer that Hearn is putting to Wilder? Because that could bump up his money substantially. At the end of the day, as a fan, I just want to see this fight happen. You know, both of these guys are going to be rich. Both of these guys are rich. And so they should be. Good luck to both of them, making as much money as they can in boxing. Both of them, particularly Joshua, are already set for life in terms of the money they've already made in the sport. So as a fan, I just feel like being a bit selfish here and saying I want the fight, you know. So I hope they can sort out the negotiations. At the moment, just being objective as an outsider looking in, if this $12.5 million flat fee with no pay-per-view money, if this is actually genuine from Eddie Hearn, then it don't look good on Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, in my opinion. You know, it don't look good to me. I don't see why they can't offer him a percentage. I don't understand it. They offered Parker a percentage. He got 33%. Why can't Wilder get 40%? Or at the very least 33%? If they came in and their opening offer was, let's say, 33%, the same as Parker got, that's a decent opening offer, you know, or maybe just below, or maybe 30%, and then you meet in the middle somewhere. But to come out and just offer him a flat fee with no pay-per-view, if that's true, because I don't know if it's true, but if it is, then that don't look good on Joshua and Eddie Hearn. It looks like somebody in that camp don't really want to fight at this point. So we'll see. Maybe it's just a negotiation tactic. Maybe they're going to give a better offer. We'll see, because a lot of people are saying that there's no way Joshua wants to fight Povetkin in Russia, and that he'd much rather take a risk fighting Deontay Wilder than fighting Povetkin in Russia, you know, because most people, or a lot of people, are of the belief that there's no way Eddie Hearn can win a purse bid against Ryabinsky, the promoter of Alexander Povetkin, because he seems to outbid everybody. He's got almost like a bottomless pit of money. So we'll see what happens here in this situation. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Do you think this is a low ball offer from Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua? And yes, it's true that $12.5 million or £8 million, whatever it is, that is far more than Deontay Wilder has ever earned before for a fight. There's no question about it. And remember, Deontay Wilder was willing to fly to Russia and fight Povetkin, his mandatory at the time, for $5 million. Okay, this time he's getting over double that for Joshua. Yeah, and he was willing to do that for that, but he's apparently not willing to fight Joshua for 12.5. And I understand from Wilder's point of view that it's insulting to be offered that when Parker was offered a percentage, which would work out as more money than this potentially. So I can understand that it's insulting to his ego and all that kind of business, but Wilder's going to have to think to himself, if Joshua don't really want to fight, then let me call his bluff. Let me accept the offer. You know, let me call his bluff. If this is a bluff, then, you know, let's do it. Let's accept the offer and go ahead. Because at the end of the day, if Wilder don't fight Joshua, where is Wilder going to make $12.5 million? And again, I get it. I can understand why he feels insulted, because they should be offering him more than this. It is kind of disrespectful to not offer him a percentage. Yeah, I agree with that. But at the end of the day, the situation is what it is. You know? Where else is he going to earn this type of money? Not fighting Dominic Brazil. You know? Not fighting Jarrell Miller. He's only going to make it fighting Joshua. So even though it's lower, in my opinion, than they should be offering him, it's still way more than he's going to get anywhere else. So he's got to make that decision. His people have got to make that decision. What do you guys think he should do? Again, I have to reiterate, I just want to see the fight, man. So in my head, as a selfish fan, I'm just thinking, please, Wilder, just accept the offer to call his bluff. If it's a bluff from Joshua, and if Joshua's scared and Hearn is scared, call their bluff, accept the offer, you know. And if it's not a bluff, take the money, beat Joshua, and then you'll get a hell of a lot more money in the rematch if he exercises the rematch clause. If you don't exercise the rematch clause, you're still going to get a hell of a lot more money in your next fight anyway, because you'll be the undisputed champion. You know, you'll become a national hero and celebrity in the United States. So anyway, let me know how you feel in the comment section, people. It's happening. I'm out.